Most people think military gear is just for soldiers. They're wrong. Some of these are barely known outside special operations circles, and a few of them probably shouldn't be this easy to get. These are tools born from battlefield requirements, extreme environment testing, and engineering standards that most brands don't even attempt. Nomade Shade. This looks like a simple portable shade system. It is not simple. The Nomade Shade was engineered for rapid field deployment. It sets up in under a minute and can withstand winds that would shred a standard canopy. The materials are military spec, UV-resistant, and designed for environments where standard equipment fails within hours. Real-world use, field medics use systems like this in direct sun triage zones. But it's just as powerful for overlanders, desert hikers, or anyone who needs serious shelter without the weight penalty. When used responsibly, it redefines what portable shade even means. But this next one operates on a completely different level. Zero Pump 2. Most people have no idea this exists, and that's a problem because it could save your life. The Zero Pump 2 is a high-efficiency portable water system engineered to filter and move water in field conditions where commercial pumps simply quit. Its build quality borrows directly from military hydration logistics, compact, near-silent operation, and brutal filtration capability. Whether you're running extended backcountry trips, responding to off-grid emergencies, or building out a serious survival kit, this is the kind of water solution that professionals actually trust. Depending on your local regulations, this tool is fully legal and available for civilian use. Loop Gear SK05 Pro. This looks simple, but it's seriously powerful. The Loop Gear SK05 Pro is a precision cordage management system that military riggers and special operations personnel use to organize, deploy, and secure lines under extreme time pressure. Most campers fumble with paracord for minutes. Users of this system do it in seconds, in the dark, one-handed. This is the kind of tool that separates prepared professionals from hopeful amateurs. Legal, practical, and wildly underrated in the outdoor and survival community. Now this is where things get serious. Iris Hugel. You'd expect this to be weak, it's not. The Iris Hugel is a compact optical system that delivers military-level visual clarity in a form factor most people would dismiss as recreational. Designed for environments where human vision simply isn't enough, it integrates the kind of engineering precision that military procurement officers demand. For legal sporting applications, long-range shooting sports, wildlife observation, search and rescue work, this is a tool that performs so far above its category, it's almost unfair to the competition. Scout Light Pro. Power without noise. Control without compromise. The Scout Light Pro is a tactical illumination tool engineered to the kind of standards where failure is not acceptable. Output levels, beam behavior, runtime, all of it is calibrated for professional use in conditions where your average headlamp would be an embarrassment. Hunters, search and rescue teams, backcountry guides, and security professionals use systems like this because when visibility is everything, you don't gamble. This is one of those rare tools where the performance gap between this and consumer gear is measured in orders of magnitude. Saab Barracuda system. This shouldn't even be legal in some places, and in certain configurations, it isn't. The Saab Barracuda system is a multi-spectral camouflage and concealment technology originally developed for armored vehicles and military installations. It doesn't just break up your visual profile, it actively manages your thermal and radar signature. This is the kind of material science that makes military hardware disappear to sensors, not just eyes. For civilians, adapted versions of this technology exist for legitimate hunting, wildlife photography, and sporting applications, depending on local laws. The underlying engineering remains jaw-dropping no matter how you look at it. Taparus Spork Tactical. Don't let the name fool you. This is not a camping utensil. This is a field tool that happens to let you eat. The Tapper Sport Tactical is built from materials and tolerances that would be overkill for any normal kitchen. It's engineered for one purpose, performing flawlessly when everything else has failed. Ultralight, indestructible, and functional across temperature extremes that would warp standard tools. When used responsibly in the field, whether that's a backcountry expedition, a long-range patrol scenario, or an emergency kit, this is the detail that separates serious survivalists from casual campers. Premier body armor. Most people assume body armor is a law enforcement exclusive. That assumption is wrong. Premier body armor manufactures civilian legal ballistic protection at a level of engineering that was previously only accessible to military and law enforcement agencies. The materials, the weight distribution, the threat rating, it's not recreational safety gear. It's genuine protection, engineered for real-world conditions. For legal purchase and use in qualifying jurisdictions, this represents the absolute cutting edge of personal protection technology available to the civilian market. Check your local laws, but know that this exists, and it works. Real Avid Gun Tool Max. This looks like a multi-tool. It is engineered like a military instrument. The Real Avid Gun Tool Max is a purpose-built maintenance and field repair system for legal firearm owners. Every component is designed around the actual mechanical requirements of servicing modern sporting rifles and pistols, not the generalized guesswork that most multi-tools apply to the category. In the field, when your equipment needs immediate attention, this is the difference between a 5-second fix and a mission-ending failure. For competitive shooters, hunters, range enthusiasts, and responsible firearm owners, this is an engineering achievement that earns its place in any serious kit. Maztec X4 System. Most people have no idea this exists, and those who do don't talk about it casually. The Maztec X4 system is a digital fire control and targeting solution that integrates with legal sporting and defense platforms at a level of sophistication previously reserved for military contract systems. Ballistic calculation, environmental compensation, target engagement data, processed and delivered in real time. For competitive long-range shooting sports and legal sporting applications, this represents a quantum leap in precision capability. The technology is extraordinary. The responsibility of using it properly is equally significant. Harris RF 7800V MR multiband radio. This is the silent advantage that changes everything about communication in the field. The Harris RF 7800V MR multiband radio is not a walkie-talkie. It is a professional-grade military communications platform designed to maintain reliable, interference-resistant signal across terrains and conditions that defeat every consumer radio on the market. Frequency agility, encryption capability, and transmission power in a package built to survive the field. For search and rescue organizations, professional expedition teams, and emergency preparedness professionals, and where legally authorized, this is communications infrastructure that operates at a level most people will never access. When contact with the outside world is not optional, this is what professionals rely on. Garmin Fortrex. Everything on this list is powerful. But this one is different, because it's the one that keeps you alive when everything else is gone. The Garmin Fortrex is a wrist-mounted GPS navigation system originally adopted by military units specifically because it operates independently of phones, networks, and cellular infrastructure. It doesn't need a signal to function. It doesn't need to be charged every night. It gives you precise positioning data in environments where being lost isn't an inconvenience, it's a death sentence. Special operations personnel have worn versions of this system into some of the most remote and dangerous terrain on Earth. The gap between military grade and consumer grade isn't just materials. It's philosophy. It's the difference between designing for comfort and designing for survival. And here's what's almost unsettling. There's a whole tier above this that hasn't crossed over yet. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next.